Have you ever wondered why Jesus starts the Lord's Prayer the way he does? Before asking for anything, he says, "Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven." It turns out this wasn't a new idea. Jesus was tapping into a powerful, ancient biblical tradition of prayer. In the Bible, prayers often followed a specific pattern. First, you praise and acknowledge God. Then, you submit to his authority. And only after that do you make your requests. We see this all over the Old Testament. Take Daniel's prayer. For example, in Daniel chapter 9, he starts by saying, "O Lord, the great and dreadful God, keeping the covenant in mercy." He declares God's greatness before he asks for a single thing. This structure of praise, submission, and then petition was deeply familiar to the people listening to Jesus. The first lines of the Lord's Prayer are all about acknowledging God's holiness, his kingdom, and his supreme will. It is a declaration of who God is before we talk about who we are or what we need. If you're finding this biblical insight helpful and it is giving you a fresh perspective on prayer, do me a quick favor. Like this video so more people can discover it. Subscribe so we can continue uncovering these truths together, and share it with someone you care about. What blesses you today might be exactly what they need to hear tomorrow. Now, let's look even deeper. There's an ancient biblical prayer called the Kaddish, which has some striking similarities to the Lord's Prayer. The Kaddish begins, "Magnified and sanctified be his great name. May his kingdom be established." Sound familiar? "Hallowed be thy name, and thy kingdom come." Jesus was using language and a structure that resonated deeply with his audience's spiritual heritage. So, what's the big takeaway from all of this? The opening of the Lord's Prayer teaches us something profound. Before we bring our shopping list of needs to God, we first declare three foundational truths. God is holy, God is the true King, and God's will is what matters most. This changes how we see prayer. It's not just about asking for things. It's about starting with worship. It's about aligning our hearts with his kingdom and submitting our will to his plan. Only after we establish that foundation of worship and submission do we move on to our personal needs. Our daily bread, our need for forgiveness, and our deliverance from evil. This structure is a spiritual discipline. It reminds us that prayer begins with focusing on God's glory, not our own needs. It reorients our perspective, putting God at the center, right where he belongs. Thanks for watching.
Get our ebook for you or a loved one, only at JesusAgape.com.